So in this video I want to show you how to change your general job settings in Mimaki Rasterlink 7. So to do this I need to obviously open my file, so File, Open, and then I need to choose the file that I would like to alter, press OK, choose our settings in here, so UJV55, choose a favourite if we have one, press OK. This will now process our file. And there's our file at the bottom. So I'm going to highlight it in blue, and then we can start going down our options down the right hand side over here. So this one, I want to go to my general print settings, which is this little tab here. Once I'm in there, I can then look at my actual print media. So we can see here, if I zoom out, this is the size of my material. We can see our material size by what it says at the top here, so 3200, or if I go back into properties, we can actually look at the size up in the top here. Now, it's not actually connected to a printer at the moment, so we're on manual input, and we've got a manual input of 3200. So, if I zoom out again, we can see the outsides of our material. We can see our 00 point down at the bottom corner, and then I can start editing my job. So I'm going to go down my edit image section in the middle screen here. Now, first thing we've got is our scale. So I can scale this up if I'd like to, or I can bring it back down to its true size, or we can change our millimeters in here as well. Now we could take it out of aspect ratio, but in this we've got it checked as on. Then we have our rotation, so I can rotate it. I can reverse it in here. I can change my position. So I can change it so we can see it coming across the screen. There we go. Now scan is left and right movement, and feed is up and down. So feed of material, scan of the print head. I can also arrange in center, which will now center that job. There we go. If I'd like to, I can add copies. Now the copies are signified by these green boxes. That just makes the program run a bit quicker. And in between those copies, I can also put a distance between them. So let's go for 10 mil that way. So scan direction and 10 mil in the feed direction. There we go. I can add register marks on this machine. This will literally just be some marks for you to manually cut by. But you can also use these to set up for your Mimaki CG plotter as well if you have one. So for that, you'll just add your marks, choose your mark size, choose your line width, and we can also put those on the individual jobs, so each section or the whole copied layout. Cut line is quite an interesting one. This is where it will just print a line onto our job. So when we are manually cutting, we've got something to cut to. And you can also change the settings of that as well. So you can use different color lines. You can change it from a standard straight line, non-dash line to a dash line. Press OK. Photoba cut marks, or a Photoba for a Photoba cutter. And then we have our information label at the bottom, which means we can add some information about this job, which will be printed with the job. So I normally take all of these off. I change the size to sort of large. And then I just go to remarks at the bottom and type what I'd like to type at the bottom of the job. That and keeping the job name on is pretty good. Once that's ready to go, you're ready to send it to the next stage of the print process.